What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Kangaroo Black, coming back once again to talk about my Alabama Crimson Tide and the non-conference opponents that Alabama will be playing. You know, Nick Saban has been talking about that he want to play two non-conference Power 5 schools every single year. Put two non-conference Power 5 schools on the schedule, okay? And it looks like Alabama has taken care of that already. There's some other SEC schools that took care of the situation already too. I looked at Alabama's non-Power 5, non-conference Power 5 opponents from 2025 all the way to 2035. It came up at the bottom of an article I was reading, and hey, I find it very interesting. Okay, so I'm gonna go through these non-conference Power 5 opponents that Alabama have through 2025 to 2035. I looked at some other schools. I looked at Tennessee. I looked at Georgia. I looked at LSU, which those are the prominent teams in the SEC right now. Okay, you know we got Texas and Oklahoma coming over, but I'm not interested in them right now. But for Alabama, you know, in 2023, only non-conference Power 5 opponents we got is Texas. 2024 is Wisconsin. So one non-conference Power 5 opponent, 2023 and 2024. But in 2025, all the way to 2035, we got two non-conference Power 5 opponents. In 2025, we got Florida State and Wisconsin. So we having a home and home with Wisconsin from in 2024 and 2025. But in 2025, it's Florida State and Wisconsin. 2026, West Virginia and Florida State. Another home and home with Florida State in 25 and 26. 27, we got West Virginia, Ohio State. Another home and home with West Virginia in 26 and 27. 28, we got Ohio State and Oklahoma State. Another home and home with Ohio State in 27 and 28. 29, we got Notre Dame and Oklahoma State. Another home and home with Oklahoma State in 28 and 29. 30, we got Georgia Tech and Notre Dame. Another home and home, 29 and 30. Notre Dame, home and home. 31, Georgia Tech and Boston College. Another home and home with Georgia Tech in 30 and 31. 32, we got Arizona and Minnesota. 33, we got Arizona and Minnesota again. Another home and home with both of those teams in 32 and 33. And 34, we got Virginia Tech and Boston College. And in 35, we got is only lists Virginia Tech. So another home and home with Virginia Tech. Interesting games. I'm looking forward to seeing Alabama and Ohio State the most. I'll just say that, the most. But like I said, Alabama already got that Power 5 non-conference schedule on lock, if nothing changed between now and then, okay? And if they add another, you know, SEC opponent, that's basically the whole schedule. Power 5, you got 9 SEC schools. You would have 9 SEC schools on the schedule with 2 non-conference Power 5 schools, 11 games. Where the other one to come from, I don't know. Maybe there will be a FCS or a daggone group of 5 school. I don't know. But those are some good games. Alabama against Oklahoma State. Alabama against Ohio State. Love to see it. Alabama against Florida State. All those are home and homes. So those are would be some good games. If you look at LSU, okay, 2023, they opening up with Florida State, which they did last year, home and home. Good game, I might add. 2024, they're going to have USC and UCLA on the schedule. Those will be good games, especially LSU and USC. 2025, they got Clemson, and that's the only Power 5 school they got right now. But that's a good game, Clemson and LSU. That'll be a damn good game. 2026, Clemson, the only one they got listed right now, home and home. That would be great. 2027, they got Houston. 2020, they on list 28, but 29, they got Arizona State. 30, Arizona State. Home and home, 31 and 32 is Utah, home and home. Okay, I would love to see LSU and Utah play. Utah fields some good teams, seems like every year over there in the Pac-12. Damn good teams. But remember back in what was it, 2020, I believe it was 2008 when Utah beat Alabama in the Sugar Bowl. So hey, they've been fielding some good teams since then. I know that for a fact. But anyway, Utah and LSU will be some good games if neither team fall off from what they did in the recent past. We just going to go back to 2023. Clemson and LSU will be some damn good games. 25 and 26 is not far away. And then once again, this year, Florida State will be a great game. So it's some great football coming in the future. You look at Georgia. One thing about Georgia that I found interesting is 2030, and we're going to get to that. But in 2023, they got Georgia Tech. You know, Georgia Tech is their in-state rival. They have to play them every year. 2024, they opened up with Clemson, just like they did in 2021, and they got Georgia Tech. Clemson will be a good game for them. Clemson is going to give Georgia a challenge in 2024. I have no doubt about it. Okay. Dabo ain't going to let his team just fall all the way the fuck off. I'm going to tell you that now. But anyway, but like I said, Georgia opened up with Clemson in 2021. That was a tough game. And then, you know, they played Georgia Tech, 2 Power 5 non-conference opponents. All right. But anyway, then in 2022, they opened up with Oregon, and they played Georgia Tech, 2 non-Power 5 opponents, non-conference Power 5 opponents. So they've been doing it. I'll just put it that way. 2025, they only got they got UCLA and Georgia Tech. 2026, home and home, UCLA. Matter of fact, 2026, they got UCLA, Louisville, and Georgia Tech. That's 3 non-Power 5 opponents. So not 3 Power 5 non-conference opponents is what I'm trying to say. But that's 3 up in the year of 26, UCLA, Louisville, and Georgia Tech. So hey, it is what it is. And then in 2027, once again, Florida State, Louisville, Georgia Tech, another 3. So if they add another SEC school to the schedule, that Georgia, they playing all Power 5 opponents. 3 Power 5 non-conference and 9 SEC opponents. That's all Power 5 in 27 at least. So if they go to 9, teams and don't nothing else change. 2028, they got Florida State and Georgia Tech, home and home in 27-28 with Florida State, which is new. Like I keep saying, Georgia Tech is every year. But 27-28, home and home, Florida State. 29, Clemson is back on the schedule. That's the only one they got listed for 2029 besides Georgia Tech. This is the one I'm talking about. 2030, they got Clemson, Ohio State, Georgia Tech. Home and home with Clemson from 29 to 30. But having Clemson and Ohio State on the schedule, plus they SEC schools, whether it's 8 or 9, I think that would be a tough season for Georgia. I'm not saying they can't navigate their season, but I think it'll be tough. All right. Just saying. If Ohio State don't fall off, or if Clemson don't fall off, or if Georgia don't fall off, I think it'll be tough. Good football games coming in the near future. I'm telling you. Then in 30-31, they got Ohio State, Georgia Tech. Home and home with Ohio State in 30 and 31. And then in 32, Clemson is back on the schedule with Clemson and Georgia Tech. So they got Clemson in 2024, 2029, 2030, and 32. They got Ohio State in 30 and 31. So yeah, it's some good games coming, man. It is some good games coming. I'm looking at Tennessee. They really ain't got too much to look forward to except for 29 and 30 home and home against Washington. So 28, they got West Virginia. 2028 West Virginia, 2027 Nebraska. They do a home and home with Nebraska. And 26 and 27. 25, they got Syracuse. 24, NC State. And then this year, they got Virginia. So really ain't nothing to look forward to with Tennessee. Not yet. But that could change. And I'm quite sure that Tennessee will probably put a non-conference Power 5 opponents on their schedules during those years. But anyway, we got some good football coming in the SEC. And those are just 2 teams from the East and 2 teams from the West. Alabama, LSU from the West, Tennessee and Georgia from the East. And Georgia, they got some good opponents on their schedule. Some formidable opponents. I'm sure for Georgia, when those time come, we won't be complaining about Georgia got an easy schedule. We won't, trust me, we won't be complaining then. All right. Alabama got some good football coming up. I know since y'all know now, Alabama fans, I'm sure y'all are looking forward to it. And Georgia fans, LSU fans, I'm sure y'all looking forward to it. Matter of fact, SEC fans, I'm sure y'all looking forward to it. Some great football is coming in the very near future. So I just wanted to bring that to y'all and let me know what y'all think in the comments. Man, I wish I could post these daggone. I'm gonna try to see if I can fit it in this video somehow so y'all can see it. But anyway, hey, I just wanted to bring y'all this little bit of information. And hey, y'all have a great rest of your weekend and roll tide.